All right, so here we go, guys. We are about to go live with an amazing individual named Haresh Mehta. So, Haresh, we're very excited to have you here. How's your day going so far?
Very nice.
Yeah, great, great. So, we're going to wait a couple minutes. We're going to do about 1 minute. We're going to share this around to other people, and we're going to wait for more viewers to come online. And then we're going to continue with this interview because I'm very, very excited to have you here today. Because just from being able to have a few conversations with you, we've been able to meet when you've come visit for meetings and such down here in Fort Lauderdale. We've been able to meet up, and I've had just in the small time of knowing you, I've learned so much, and I can't wait for people to hear your story, what you're up to, what we're going to be doing coming up for both the Pitch Mastermind and actually Pitch Investors Live. And guys, you guys are in for a treat because this guy is amazing. Haresh is doing amazing things on a global scale, and he comes from a pretty cool background, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. If you guys can all hear us pretty well, do us a favor and press a number one. Press a number one if you can hear us perfectly, guys. And let us know where you're signing in from around the world. What's up, Melissa from Boulder, Colorado? That's a place where they do a lot of health and global wellness. And this is what Haresh is about, guys. So we're going to continue on in 1 second. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and share this. We're going to share this just a little bit in a couple places. Wait till everyone starts hopping on. So more and more people are going to start hopping on this live, guys. For all you to know, we have amazing interview coming up today. I've been looking forward to this for a while. Haresh is a globetrotter. He travels all over the world. He is literally, sometimes he's coming in from India. The next morning, he's here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, from North Carolina. I'm like, do you stop, Haresh? Do you stop? So super amazing. I'm going to go ahead and share this, guys, one last time. Now we're getting a lot more people on this live right now, so we're about to get ready to roll. Very excited about this, guys. Where do we have? Utah land of honey. What's going on, Kyle? Good to see you. Good to see you. And we're about to go live right now, guys. This is going to be super amazing. Can't wait for this. Last share is done. And boom, we're ready to go, guys. All right, so let me introduce to you guys Haresh Mehta, okay? So if you guys don't know who Haresh is, he's an amazing person. He's doing huge things out in the world. He is a global solutions expert. He is an investor. He is so highly networked. Sometimes when I first met him, I couldn't believe that he knew all these people. And as we get to know everything that he does, and he globetrots, one of Kevin Harrington's business partners, he is on a mission to change basically health around the world, and he's on the way there, guys. He's the founder and CEO of Global Nutrition Global Weight Loss Program, okay? He's doing partnerships with Kevin Harrington in Dubai, UAE, and the Gulf projects, okay? One of his big projects, and this is almost like, I feel like he's almost creating something similar to like Berkshire Hathaway, that's my interpretation, but basically with Product X Ventures, a very fast and high scaling company. And he specializes bringing companies from India into the USA, and then companies from the USA into India. He's involved in over 35 projects, guys. This guy is doing so much stuff, super amazing, and I'm very excited to have you. Haresh, how you doing today? How's your day going?
Fine. Thank you very much for having me, Jonathan. You are a very lovely person, and I've heard a lot good about you and your partner, Damien, whom I got chance to meet.
Yeah, no, we're super excited. Every time we have conversations, they get better and better. So one of the things I really love is hearing a little bit about Haresh's story and coming to the United States. So Haresh, do us a favor. I know I can't even give justice to all the things that you've done. It's phenomenal. Like, you are doing so much with so little time because we all have these 24 hours. But tell us, how did you get started and how did you kind of get into the business world? Give us a little bit of the background and such, if you could.
So it is like this. Every Indian who comes from other countries, we are considered as a backward people because we don't speak good English and no good pronunciation. So it takes some time to learn everything. But I tell to everybody that there is nothing equal to hard work is equal to hard work. So hard work will pay off. It takes its own time. So I'll just take you a few minutes to explain a little bit about my background. So I'm coming from India in 90s and then having lot of depth. depth which people cannot imagine at the age of 26, 27. But this is the country which is a land of opportunity. So I take that when I come to US, this is the place. In India, people say that when you are a little bit smart, they go to Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong, and Dubai. Who is little bit more smart will go to London or Canada, and who is super smart goes to US. So I was able to figure out that I'm little bit smarter than other people to reach US, because after US it is only heaven. There is no in between. So
Yes.
so taking into that consideration, I came here, I worked very hard, worked 6 to 3 for 7-Eleven and 4 to 11 for Dunkin' Donuts for 11 months, did not take any off, but that taught me how does the US work. And that was the turning point of my lifestyle.
Amazing. Amazing.
So that was the reason I turned around the thinking of an Indian middle class to what this is a land of opportunity and we can do lot of things. So that was the one of the reason. I got a very good, beautiful wife. She is a doctor from India, and she was not doctor that time. So she has to study. And those days it was too costly. If I say that the Kaplan classes was like $7,000, and if I convert into rupees, I was not having that type of money. So it became harder and harder to make her US doctor, but eventually she became doctor. Her name is Dr. Haresh Mehta. I got two beautiful kids. Daughter Charmi Mehta, she just became doctor and started her residency. And my son, coincidentally, Jonathan, it is today, he appeared a month back on MCAT exam, and he is near perfect in MCAT result. The result came today at 11 o'clock.
Wow.
So we are proud of our both the kids.
Wow.
And we have got our mission that our kids will help us to take what we earn from US back to India. So that is the main purpose of helping Indians. So Indians can also grow everywhere. So in short, I learned how to do hard work. And then eventually, slowly, I started getting the businesses involved. I started doing the investment in 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donut. Then I came across with my very close family friend Kalpesh Patel, who is based in Atlanta. And he said, why don't we jump in Indian grocery business? So he made me to jump in that business. I said, I'm not hardworking. He said, anyhow, I know that. So, and that's the way we started a Indian store called Bright Mart. And eventually it was bought away by the biggest grocery chain of US, Patel Brothers. So only store in whole USA, they do plus minus $5 to $10 million in every store every year. So you can understand how much opportunity is there. And due to Kalpesh Patel, I was able to come out from that. And that is 2010. I decided that I want to go on health and wellness business, because I was able to visualize that my kids will become eventually doctor after 10, 15 years. Why not I jump in health industry? And in same year, I was able to meet Kevin Harrington in one of these Mastermind series. I will talk about Mastermind series afterwards. But when I met him and I explained him, he said, it looks very nice. And he is on my advisory board since that day. We love Kevin Harrington, Brian Harrington, his son. We all are doing a lot of things along with Steve, his attorney. So we love to do those types of things. And slowly, I can say that by 2012, three young entrepreneurs of 16 to 18, 20 years, they came from India to meet me, and they want to meet Kevin Harrington. And those three entrepreneurs are today's Product X Venture India, which is a very big company. Within 2 years, they have taken their company from $2 million to $45 million. They just joined the hands with SoftBank. So there is no small business. So you can understand. Yeah.
So you can. Real quick question for you.
Yeah.
What kind of made you wanting to get, other than your children becoming doctors, like, was there a reason that you wanted to become and get more into, let's say, the health and wellness? Like, what kind of took you in that direction? Like, what was it about it? About you just wanted to be healthy? What did you see in that type of business model and wanting
You,
help?
you 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 are hitting on the bullet point of my pinch now. So when you are working in Dunkin' Donut and 7-Eleven, you become a lazy guy eating donuts and heavy cream coffee every day because you like that. And I became like 274 pounds. And
No.
I decided that if my wife said that you are going to die if you don't take care of yourself, and being a doctor in house, that bombardment comes every single day. And that is the day. And today I'm at most 200 pounds. So I decided that this is, and especially if you look Indian traditional foods, the food has high cholesterol. So now McDonald's and Domino's, I'm not complaining about anybody, but this all have gone to India. And nowadays, whenever I go to India, I see the kids who are very heavy, and we can't expect that they are 10 to 15 years and they look like so much obese. And obesity is also becoming very epidemic across the world. So I decided that I should do something which will take health awareness to everybody.
Oh, amazing. Because you know what? Here in the United States, and this was a few years ago, I mean, the statistics were over 70% of people in the US were either overweight or obese. And it was because of a lot of the different stores and everything like that. And they have been going abroad. So you are seeing that actually happening in India as we speak now.
Yes, I feel that it is coming. Like no doubt, US is at obese, but India is on the trend. Within next 3 to 5 years, we are expecting 20 to 22% of population to be obese in India also. So
Wow.
so global weight loss main purpose is to help in the obesity. Our global weight loss company in US, which is an umbrella of global NutriDynamic, which is associated with like lot of doctors buying our products, and the only doctors who are buying GWLP gives the guarantee of money back guarantee to the used people. So what that was going on, and the patients are seeing losing weight from 25 to 40 pound every 63 days. And that's like phenomenal good. And I'm happy by seeing all those people's results.
Oh, amazing, amazing. No, that's amazing to see sometimes that it takes like an event in our life to take us in a trajectory, and now you're actually able to make impact in the world, which is something that obviously is getting out of control, not just here in the United States, but now outside of it, right? So let's
Yes.
talk a little bit really quickly. So we were talking about, and we mentioned that, you know, with one of your ventures, you're taking US companies to India. So what you do is like you're the one of the ways that I see you is a little bit like Warren Buffett, right? So I kind of almost like see you as a little bit of like the Warren Buffett of India, because what you're doing is that you're taking businesses that work, and then you have the connection, you have connections with the factories, you have connections with the logistics, and you kind of know how to all these principles work and everything like that. So tell us a little bit of what's your mission to bring more companies, let's say, into India and these emerging markets? Can you tell us a little about that and your reasons?
Yeah. So what is happening like recently since last 4 years, the Prime Minister of India has given a very good window opportunity for all the Indians. He already came to US 3 times, and he feels that whatever talent and research American companies have can come and work in India, make it made in India, and all those aspects. So same time, I'm in US since more than 20 years or 25 years. I don't stay a whole year in US. I go 10 to 12 times to India. So looking at that aspect, India also is full of talent. And what was happening, like young entrepreneurs who don't know how to expand their business. They've got phenomenal knowledge, they've got phenomenal product, but there was not a link going on both sides. So when I was having Kevin as my partner, he used to own that as seen on TV. Now he owns as seen on TV Pro. So it has more advanced. So I got an opportunity. Kevin invited one time to go on as seen on TV. Now I go every quarterly to see which companies goes to India, can go potentially to India, and we can work with them, and we can benefit the American companies to become India, and India will also grow because it becomes like made in India, something like that.
Mhm.
Simultaneously, I met these three young entrepreneurs, which I was saying, Charak Almast and Asta Almast and Mani. They created some niche things which I liked very much, a concept called New Shop. So what is a New Shop? New Shop is a pop-up store where every day there is 500 to 700 people come to visit the store, and those store has the products which are not available outside, and those stores are created in the location where there is 5,000, 1,500 to 5,000 employees comes to work. So this concept Kevin liked very much. Kevin came with me to India in April when I told this project of April 2019. He did a ribbon cutting of 20th store, and last week, after joining hands with Oyo Industries SoftBank, those three people have created 100 stores already. They are on the verge of hitting 500 by the end of this December. So this unique concept and those unique products are different companies, and they don't have competition in US at this moment. So we decided that we will create a PXV USA, which is Product X Venture US. So they come to US, and in American companies, which are a lot of companies which I'm already working, they are on legal paperwork's completion, and they will be going to India through the
Mhm.
help of PXV India. So both sides, I'm going to create a very unique new entrepreneur world which they can learn lot of them by coming to the mastermind series. They need all this knowledge. They can be very good, but they are still needing this knowledge of 2 days 3 days training, and that will help them to become another Warren Buffett. I'm not the Warren Buffett of India. I'm a very good human being of India, and I would like to grow Indians to US and US good companies. There are a lot of good companies who wants to go to India, and I feel that being Indian, I want to grow India also. So that is one of the reason, like Product X Venture Prospect.
Yeah, amazing. One of the things that Haresh was just touching on, and what you were just touching on, is something that we call business inception. So one of the things I've noticed is that you are a master of business inception, meaning that there's a business within a business which is connected to another business, and you're part of all those businesses. If people that haven't heard of the New Shop was a business partnership which was expanded upon in India. Kevin Harrington got involved. Haresh is involved, and they are growing exponentially. And then some of the products, if not all the products, Haresh, are products that you guys have yourselves. Is that correct?
Yeah. So what is happening? The unique thing is that we are also the equity stakeholder and looking QC department, manufacturing to make sure that it maintains the standard of US. So we have to like any product will not work in US. So Kevin has made me mandatory to make sure that all the products which we bring to US are up to the standard, no substandard, higher quality, and everybody will love it.
Amazing. You see that, guys? Like the business inception, the manufacturing, to the equity in the companies, to the actual shop itself. And something that actually is happening, a lot of people don't know this, but we're under the works of doing something together with Haresh with Pitch. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Why you were a little excited with that part? Like, oh, he has his pitch hat. He has the pitch hat. Amazing. Haresh, tell us real quick, like, why was it that you had interest in Pitch Investors Live when you heard about what we're up to and all the things that you have going on and such?
Yeah, so like when I met you and Damien, I felt that this is just like a dream. So I felt that I should check Damien and Jonathan, young, talented kid of 30 years, but I don't want to take a stake on my reputation. But when Kevin said, hey, this is real and I'm already partner, so I said, okay, that I should start thinking about that. So what gave me a very good idea is that your app is so nice. When I told to my India PXV team that Charak, hey, we want to bring this to India. Can you go through this all? He said, Haresh, this is whole new yard of game. We need one or two top-notch people. And I said, that is not the problem. That we can solve with the help of Jonathan and Damien. But this will give a window. What is happening, like if you take little bit story about Shark Tank. So Shark Tank, 5,000 people apply, 1,000 people hardly goes on the show in that year. So still there are 4,000 innovators. And if you add every year 4,000 innovators, there are 10,000 people in the world who doesn't know how to get to the place where they can get this business. So I look in your app and everything. I felt that this is a very good platform for me to help or work with Pitch Live, and we can create a unique thing for Asian market, UAE, Gulf, and India. Already we have team, we have locations where people can come and become the members, and they get benefit, because the difference between US and India, the key thing is that Indians people can do business in less than $1 million. And in US, it starts with $1 million. Nobody thinks 1-2 million or 5 million is good money. So that is the one of the reason I never go to the list of billionaires. I'm still struggling in millions, but eventually, due to your Pitch Live help, I will become billionaire sometime very soon. So that's the whole aspect. And Pitch Live has unique things where I feel that thousands of Indian people who wants to do this benefit will help big way.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. So, Pitch Investors Live, we've been very digital. And one of the things that's been a huge benefit to me in my life, and this is where I saw the exponential growth in my life, is when I started consulting with high-level mentors and I started participating in high-level masterminds, right? So in these masterminds, one of the great part about it is the type of people that you can meet. So since this is something really amazing, guys, Haresh is connected. He's going to be too humble about it, but I'm going to put him out there anyways. He is connected with some of the most ridiculous people on the planet. Am I allowed to talk about where you went with Kevin? Can I talk about that or no?
Yes, but I don't know. Kevin would love to know, but don't use the paraphrase of bigger names, but you can tell the place.
Yeah. So just to show you guys, because when I was hearing all these names, at first I was like, there's no way that he knows these people. So one of the people that Haresh went with Kevin, I can't mention any names. Basically, they went to meet one of the sheiks of the Middle East, Abu Dhabi. I can't mention the actual name and everything like that, but actually went to go take him there. And then all these different names started coming up, and I started to realize, oh my God, Haresh is a connector like I've never seen before. Even talking to your partner, he says he can't even keep up with you with everything that you're doing. So tell us two things, right? So what is the power? So you go to a lot of boardrooms, you have a lot of meetings, you have these intimate sessions, kind of like little masterminds yourself with individuals that you can talk about where you're going, and you have such a interesting Rolodex. Can you talk to us of what the benefit has been to you to like attending these type mastermind settings and the Rolodex of you knowing so many, the type of people that you know in your network are incredible. So can you talk about that a little bit, Haresh?
Yes. So like about your point, I will start a little bit about that first. So like Kevin was doing one event of Mastermind in Dubai, and he tell Haresh, I'm going Dubai. So I said, you think so that we should go to meet royal family in Abu Dhabi? He said, who is going to arrange? I said, that's not the question, who is going to arrange? Can you come with me? And he said, yes. And he did one of the days his Mastermind series, which was a whole day event. And then he came to my hotel where I used to stay. And next day we were with royal family. And Kevin was saying that, and those royal families put 25 top-notch people of UAE and Gulf, and my India's team also. 5-6 people from India also attended, and they also were, hey, this can be done. So coming back to your answer of the mastermind, so like I'm learning, still I feel that I have not learned everything. After went first time in Roger Salam's event, which was mentor was Tony Robbins. Then comes the Kevin Harrington, and these are the people when I listen them, and I'm seeing Kevin, especially Kevin, sincere, hardworking, and like I feel he doesn't need. He makes $400-500 million. Why still he's working? So the whole thing, I felt that I should also start learning the way Kevin. So whenever I get, Kevin used to call me at today, hey, Haresh, tomorrow you should be in LA. And I used to be in LA. Kevin used to say, you should be in Tampa. I will be in Tampa. Because I don't want to miss that opportunity of 2 hours, which you can learn. Otherwise, you have to go to that Mastermind series. You have to stay 2-3 days. But when I went to those series and I felt, hey, one after another, everybody are having unique things. And I started grabbing, okay, what is Jonathan good of? What I can learn from Jonathan. What is Damien good of? I learned that from Damien. So when you showed me this big project which you are doing in Miami, I feel that India would have come a lot of people here, but to Indians to come in that type of event, they need visas and lot of hiccup. And event was very early, and I can feel more comfortable that Damien, if you do a big event of this caliber with our group of Product X Venture India, with the help of Kevin and some of other celebrities which you have, your Rolodex is also not small. My Rolodex is only connections, but you do real work. So I feel that that event, my India's team will be able to help, and we should be able to launch very big, very soon. And I feel that Peach Live has both the aspects of how entrepreneur can become millionaire, and to become millionaire, I don't want 1 or 5 people to become millionaire. Every entrepreneur who comes to learn in Mastermind series, they become millionaire if they implement those rules and regulations. I want from you to listen that example of smallest kid who borrowed, that you told me that story about that guy, a kid who borrowed $5,000. Let everybody know what happened in just 4 months.
Yeah, so it was actually 1 month. So there's one of the students. So we actually had me, Damien, and one of our friends, Lawrence Aponte. We created something called the Marketers Mansion Mastermind. So we actually were living in a place that we called the Marketers Mansion, so people could come collaborate. Whenever people came to Phoenix, they would visit us, influencers, e-commerce experts, digital merchandising, anything to do with the digital world. So we decided, we're like, you know what? We have gotten so much. We started doing high-level masterminds, which, yes, these are paid for. You can do, if you guys have never done masterminds, it's important. There's free ones. There's ones that are kind of not that expensive. There's expensive ones. And then there's ones like Richard Branson, which are $100,000 to go to Nectar Island, which I believe Kevin has actually gone to one of those. But we're like, okay, let's do something. You know, the price point of that one is actually $5,000. And there's one of the students that I had, his name is Norman Chu. And I remember this very well, where I knew how much benefit he could get from this. I really pushed him into doing this because masterminds have changed my life. Okay, so when I started going to masterminds, the elevation was like this, and I know the value that is attached. And most people have never attended. They don't know that this is a powerful, transformative 3 days to have lifelong friendships, learn knowledge and application stuff, that they have skin in the game. Because one of the things I was just talking about is like, sometimes when people don't pay for stuff, or there's no skin in the game, doesn't have to be money all the time, but when there's no skin in the game, you don't take things as serious. So Norman, he had no money. And I felt so confident about getting him inside this that I told him, I'm like, dude, do whatever you have to. Last minute, he puts the money on his credit card. Okay, he was doing $200 to $300 a day. Okay, estimated around there. Within 1 month, okay, 1 month. If anyone ever needs, I have a testimonial. I posted on my Facebook a couple years ago. Within 1 month, Norman made about $150,000. 17, 18 years old. So this shows we're in a whole different world, ladies and gentlemen. Like the world is shifting and changing so fast. And you can even tell Haresh, things are moving pretty quickly, right? And a little bit, one connection could change your whole entire life. Is that not true?
Yes. So like I will give you another example. Like today I was talking to my India team. So there is our 2 separate teams. One is in Delhi, which is New Shop and Product X Venture. But then there is a team category, which is like they do our day-to-day activities. So I've got 2 kids, they run one company, which is called RVA Fusion. And then second guy, both the names are Ashish and Varun. So they work for our company supporting the PXV USA. So when they found that Mr. Grant is going to come in this event, they said, Haresh, there is an event of Grant, and this India's partner, he can invite us to come to in that event in February. I said, see how small connection of your Peach Live event from Mastermind, knowing to Grant, coming now, Indian people want to come to take training. There is another tea company which I'm supporting. They also want to come. I said, I have to ask Jonathan, when is the next Mastermind series coming after this? But definitely, I feel that all these key people of India who have got very good entrepreneurial knowledge, they want to learn, and they're already doing business. The way you said, they are already making $100 $200 conversion into the rupees in their lifestyle day to day. But how can they make $1,000? How can they make $10,000? How can they make 100,000? That is the key thing they have to learn. It doesn't come from anywhere.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel that your mastermind series which you are doing is going to become a very big platform for the future of my all connections, India, UAE, and Gulf. And I feel that that platform is getting ready, and I will see the new taste first time when I come for your event, and let India wait to see what is coming, and then we'll send the videos and pictures to these people, and we want to show to the world what is coming.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, the whole mastermind concept, ever since Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, I mean, these have been happening since Hermetic times, okay? Since the Greek times, the Egyptians, going back even further, you know, like in old India, before, you know, like in the different regions and anything ancient, they happened. These things were happening, and people don't understand that there's a special power of mindset, energy, connection that is being placed here that takes you to a whole nother level. So those people that have never attended, which by the way, masterminds are getting much more popular. Again, they go from the free range. You just have a meetup. I still have meetups that are a couple hours sometimes for free. And then obviously we have more high-end ones where they're paid for. So once the world starts tapping in to the mastermind concept, that Napoleon Hill got direct confirmation from Carnegie, one of the richest men in the world. One of the reasons that he has a whole entire chapter on the power of the mastermind. This is considered the most successful book for entrepreneurs in the history of mankind. It was written in 1931 and still to this day is one of the greatest books, if not the greatest book ever written on success. And then Carnegie's number one thing that he would say is that the power of the mastermind is what took him and his business and his empire to a whole nother level. So, you know, super excited to hear that we could actually even take this to India. So super amazing. So let me go ahead and ask you another question. So when you have these special connections, can you tell us, like, you know, when you have all these connections, you know, being able to have, you know, when you spend 3 days with someone, you obviously get to know them very well. You get to exchange phone numbers, information, your knowledge. Would you say, what does you having this huge Rolodex of amazing people, how does that help you in business, Haresh? Like, what does that do for you?
So I will give you example as a Kevin Harrington. So like Kevin Harrington, I went to one of the mastermind series. He was the speaker and we got interacted. I learned, I used to write my notes of pages, and then I got a chance to see him 1:1. And my wife also came with me, but that she did not attend the event, but she came when we met to the Kevin. So my wife is saying you should learn so many things from him. I said I have already 17 pages written, but till he doesn't help me, I cannot do more than that. So then coincidentally we got a chance. We talked few minutes with Kevin. Kevin gave me the phone number, and then I contacted Kevin. So I can say that the first ladder was 1:1 interaction. Kevin believed that this entrepreneur can become successful. So these people who comes in this mastermind series, they know that which these guys are hungry to become entrepreneur, become like us, or they want to become a millionaire, or the future billionaires. So looking at all those aspects, I started collecting the information. I think so there is hardly anybody in mastermind series where I cannot go and learn from something every time, because one person is another from another person is from another different. I went and attended the Dubai event where Kevin was training other people. I found out 3 4 new connections. Everybody wants that, hey, when Haresh When are you doing this something in UAE? When are you coming to Abu Dhabi of this type, of this level? And like people, like just now, I will give you one small example. I sent an invitation to one of the guy who is also going to go on PXV. He is in Costa Rica. So while talking to you, he texts me, sorry, Haresh, I would have loved to come to Miami, but this is very short time. So people are there in the world. He's already a very popular celebrity in Costa Rica, owning 3 factories. He is a billionaire of Costa Rica, but still he wants to come where this type of events are happening. So it is not meant for the only rich people. It is the people who are hungry. And that is the key thing which I learned in last 10, 15 years, that if you know somebody, you should know how to utilize, and your intention should be to grow and learn. And I feel that I'm doing what I'm very good for that. So you in your US, you say that Eskimos, there is a slogan to sell Eskimos. So I used to tell in Indian language that if I can sell an air condition to Switzerland guy, I'm a successful person, because Switzerland doesn't have fans. So, so
Yeah.
that has helped me the Mastermind series.
Oh yes. So one of the things about I've noticed that you have a very different business demeanor and you've grown so quickly. So do us a favor, Haresh, and can you give us a couple secrets and tips that you're probably going to be talking about and you're going to touch in further at the mastermind of what entrepreneurs should basically be looking out for, and like something that they could get of juice and a golden nugget for the listeners, because most of these guys are entrepreneurs, startups, businessmen. You know, there's investors. A lot of investors watch also on Pitch Investors Live. Can you give us a couple golden nuggets or a couple secrets, just slightly, and then what they might be able to taste in the mastermind or getting to know you and such as we bring you more to the show, and obviously you in person, Miami Beach, October 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yeah, so it is like Jonathan, it is very tough part. You may be doing very good marketing, very good publicity. We will have very good speakers, but the most important thing, people who are coming there, what they want to learn, what is in their brain. Would they want to convert their brain in believing that they can do this? So I would like to tell only few secrets, because I'm not going to disclose anything today, because I don't want to have my competitor. So so
Yeah.
that is the key thing. When they learn from us and they want to do same thing, I would tell 3 points.
Yeah.
One, believe in yourself, what you can do and what you can justify, and bring that thought into implementation. And when you do implement, take the mentor to take you to the next level, because
Man.
you can only do certain things with your brain. I believe 1 plus 1 is not 2, 1 plus 1 is 11, but that another one should be the mentor. So that mentor can tell you. Kevin used to say, Harris, don't do this. He never used to suggest, hey, you are right. I think so for first 3, 4 years, he never said you are right. So it takes time. I feel that I'm able to do 10, 20, 30 businesses, and still Kevin never says. First time in last 9 years, Kevin came with me to this time to India, and when me and my wife, when we came, me and Kevin came from the pitch. People used to pitch us. We both shit in that event, and we selected 9 companies of future coming to US. When we entered the hotel, my wife met us. So Kevin first time said to my wife, hey, Haresh is now ready to be Indian Shark with me. So I felt so proud that my mentor, who I believe, it took me 8, 9 years. No doubt I may be doing 30, 40 business, but I was waiting for that sentence from my mentor. And you will be not believing that the secret, the key source of this is that from that day till today, I might have done 3x, 4x work of all those which I did in 8, 9 years. So
Wow.
that mentor appreciates you and you want eager to learn. That is the key sauce. And if anybody wants to learn, the window is still open. They can connect you or me. They can apply. There are a lot of Indians who are listening this. or all the people who are listening this business talk of me and Jonathan, window is still open. It is very limited. We are only going to take 20 people, and I don't know, one or two Jonathan can adjust his last minute style, but I feel that this all, when I read the list, like Gayatri, like example of Gayatri, another mentor.
Yeah.
Gayatri is young and so talented. When you guys came to see me to my house, after that, I always try to reach Gayatri. Gayatri will be sitting with NFL players or giant players. And I said, what's this all going on? So then I started that we need to have a very good. Gayatri is also an Indian. So I'm also associating with him and me and her together to make this next level. So you, Gayatri, and me will take whole new level with the help of my India's team and all those. And I feel that any entrepreneur who wants to have any knowledge or want to learn is always invited to come to this event. They can reach me through you. I don't have problem in answering any of their questions.
Yeah, no, it's going to be super amazing. We're super proud to be able to have Haresh come speak, give the juice, open up his Rolodex. You know, he's going to find out. And for all there's going to be a lot of people from India listening to this. You know, we just want to let you guys know that the power of the mastermind is incredible. Once you put these minds together in one place for a common goal and even extended, sometimes all it takes is 2-3 hours, but imagine 3 days. It is so transformative, and the opportunity to do things is right now. Okay, so it's about massive action. Massive action is what it takes. Would you say that, Haresh, that one of the things that you do now is take massive action? Like, you don't think twice about things. You do your due diligence. You're a big studier. I've noticed that you study a lot. But then once you know what you're doing, you go head first, correct?
And Jonathan, I want one thing from you, because a lot of our Indian people, my PX Venture people and everybody, they're all listening this. I want them, you tell them that you guys are coming, live pitch is coming. Instead of I tell, I want you to say 2-3 sentences to my PXV team and Ashish, Varun, Charak and everybody. So that way they get prepared or they get ready what is coming very quickly in India.
Yeah, so we have been dealing back and forth, and we have solidified actual plans of what we're actually going to do. So Pitch Investors Live, the whole entire executive team, the board of directors have now confirmed. Haresh has confirmed also. He said he's talked to the team with you guys and everything like that. And just so you guys know, like, you know, we're taking Pitch Investors Live. You know, this is a new, very important strategic partnership, because one of the things that we envisioned for a very long time is to go to emerging markets. Like, Pitch Investors Live was not just created to be in the United States. That is not why we created this. We created this to be a global company to help people around the world. One of the visions that we had is, like, let's say that there is a young gentleman from India, South Africa, Venezuela, where they have hyperinflation, has a genius idea, and they can literally pitch a Silicon Valley investor, someone from New York, someone from Tel Aviv. So we're very excited to join hands together with Haresh, and we're working out amazing things right now. And I'm very humbled to be able to have this opportunity, you know, to be able to work with you guys. And we're very excited to be able to take this in a more global level than we've ever seen. You know, and having someone like Haresh involved is amazing, because, you know, just in the little time that we've been together, how much I've learned has been incredible. I can't wait for it to continue to go on. Another great mentor, let's just say.
It is, Jonathan. Thank you very much, first of all, for just speaking good words. But I think so that now time has come where there should be a connection between entrepreneur, inventor, and the investor. And you have created that niche platform, and everybody will be win-win, because we are not forcing investor to invest where they don't want to. We are not putting our shoes or money or brain which are not appropriate. So I feel Pitch Live and my team can take this to next level very well. And I'm still inviting everybody. I was trying to, you remember the Dr. Jeffrey Krong came, and yes. I just told him few minutes, and Krong just signed up next day. Haresh, I want to learn all 3 days what I want to do. So it is like, this is the key thing when a doctor who is already a doctor doctor since last 15, 17 years doing plus minus $10 million business, and still he wants to come to Mastermind series. He doesn't need, he makes $10 million, but he thinks that he can convert that 10 million to 100 million. That is the only reason. And I will give you one small example. One of the lady whom I know, and she is from our tea industry, and she is also a joint of Product X Venture. Her name is Payal. And Payal saying, Haresh, I want to come and attend next event like this. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I would have applied and I would have done. So I feel now that now the time has come where all these connections to be utilized. Everybody will be win-win, and we all wants to make sure that we get good entrepreneurs and they become successful. We want 5 new people in the 2020 to 2030. We are similar like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Jonathan, and Damien. So these 5 people, everybody would love to work, and this is the thing which I want to take to next level. That is the only reason of joining you and believing in you.
Amazing, amazing. So we are super proud, super excited to get this rolling, guys. And you guys just got amazing nuggets right here. You see what Haresh is up to. He dropped some really valuable stuff for you right here. Remember the power of masterminds, guys. You know what we're connecting here. We're gonna have a little event on Friday night too. For those of you that want to attend just that, there's the whole entire 3 days. It's gonna be in front of, the day starts off in front of a $16 million golden mammoth. It's the 1 out of 2 mammoths that exist in the world, where NASA helped them encase it in a hurricane-proof encasing right on the water. So there's a Miami Beach waterfront. We're holding it in a penthouse just to make sure that the vibe is amazing and we can all make big deals and all kinds of stuff. So we're super excited. Haresh, thank you for being on the show. We greatly appreciate it. Like, having you is a pleasure. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you to all the listeners who think that this is worth. They should try to reach Jonathan and Damien. And I'm inviting everybody to join Jonathan's event when we launch India. Thank you very much for having me. And thanks to everybody who are listening.
Amazing. And I can't wait to be able to take this concept to India too. So thank you, Haresh. We appreciate everything that you've done, and let's make some moves, guys.
Yes, let's make it big. Let's make it big and let the world know on 18, 19, 20 what can happen.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Have a great one. Thank you, Haresh. It was
Thank
a pleasure.
you. Bye-bye.